siguro as an IT team na be open na we really accept na may flaws dyan. So at least, I guess that's the first step, lalo na for sure sabihin nung lalo na ka-team mo or ng mga customers mo, maganda pero may flaw pala, ganun. Welcome to Kaka Computer Podcast. Our topic is driving innovation in IT. So, first question is, what does innovation mean in the context of IT and bakit siya critical?
Right. I think innovation is really a part of the DNA of being in tech or IT, no? Because of the nature of tech that it's always evolving, always changing, always updating. So you have to be innovative to not remain stagnant, to gain that efficiency, and also to make new business as well, right? So yeah, I think that's the meaning of innovation in IT on a general level. Do you have more context or examples that you might want to share?
Sure, additional context lang. So you could, not to be pedantic, pero you could categorize it as incremental innovation or disruptive innovation.
Mm-hmm.
Incremental innovation is when you improve something. Disruptive innovation is you change the measuring stick of what is actually good or bad. Parang nung pumasok si iPhone, nagbago what it means to be actually good. Or nung pumasok si Gen AI, nagbago what it means to actually be good din. So in the context of IT, most of the time we're actually solving business problems.
Right.
Business enablers tayo. So most of the time, may present yung problem. It's up to you to figure out how to actually address it. Either you address it incrementally, like, okay, ganito natin gagawin yan para ma-achieve yung business goal.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say, kailangan ba talaga yan, maybe we need to tackle it differently. Disruptive innovation happens very rarely. Pero nandun pa rin yung concept na you need to address an issue and it might not be as straightforward as creating a simple CRUD, for example.
Right.
Yeah. So, for me naman, innovation is, tama naman at the core of IT, no? So, parang, if you don't innovate as an IT team, parang, what's even the point of being, diba, IT?
An IT team, yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, next question naman is, what are the practical ways to encourage yung culture of innovation in IT? Or siguro kahit na sa mga larger companies, parang how do we encourage innovation?
Right. I've heard a lot of companies practice what I think a 20-30 rule where hopefully not, they do spend 20 to 30% of their time really doing experiments, side projects, learning, and that's really part of the allocated time and resources of the company. So they make a cultural effort for innovation.
For me, you need to create a safe space for innovation. Normally, when the organization is new, the innovation would most likely come from the leader. Kasi siya yung nagsiset ng direction, technically speaking. Pero after a while, you need to encourage your people to innovate kasi. So that means you allow them to make mistakes. As long as you control the blast radius, nothing critically wrong will happen, so on and so forth. So pabayaan mo lang. Every now and then, mayroon silang i-recommend na, let's say, against ka. Pero, isip mo, against ba ako because it's really wrong? Or dahil preference ko lang? Maybe just manage the blast. Okay, if in case this goes wrong, ano ba mangyari? Wala naman eh. Let's try it out. If it fails, it fails. Okay lang. Maybe you fail 9 times, pero on the 10th time you succeed, then it becomes compounding interest. Because we're in the business of automation. Once na magawa mo yan, dire-diretso yung value. It's not something like you actually have to do over and over. Once you do something, once you innovate something, there's value there. So kahit magkamali ka 9 times, on the 10th time na okay yan, you just have to keep repeating that. And then it accumulates and then everything falls into place.
Yeah. Sa akin naman parang, creating safe space. Lalo na there are many leaders na takot lalo na with a big change. Diba? Meron pa nga change management.
Yes.
You have to handle such change. And usually pag innovation, parang nasanay na disruptive. But it doesn't have to be. Pwede palang gradual na probably just a change in workflow. Kunwari, parang before you do this to create your document, pero ngayon may AI na. Parang you don't need to do it naman as big, but creating siguro parang transitions to create change.
Right. Speaking about innovation, one of the common sayings na we hear a lot is, don't reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
No? How does this, is this against the culture of innovation, or is this like, what's that principle behind don't reinvent the wheel siguro? Is it more like finding the right wheel to reinvent, or what can you say about that particular saying?
For me, it's not like you need to innovate on everything. Like, hindi ako gagamit ng VS Code or IntelliJ. Gagawa ko sarili kong IDE. Hindi naman lahat ng parts kailangan mo i-innovate. You just use what's out there. And then every now and then, magkakaroon ka ng, I don't know, some pain point na gusto mo i-address, you can innovate there. Or let's say you see an opportunity, pwede dito. You need to innovate there. And then again, maybe that attempt won't result in anything. Pero okay lang. Just try until makakuha ka. Pero you don't have to innovate on everything all at the same time. You just pick and choose one, whatever moves the needle.
Yeah. Sa akin parang it's more of a strategy. Hindi siya parang rule na, hindi man ibig sabihin hindi mo i-reinvent, pero it's more of parang hindi mo gagawin na yung meron na. Pero instead, you would try to be more productive, be more innovative by actually looking at the bigger picture. Kasi usually, okay, ginagawa ng competitor ko, ito, gagayahin ko. Pero when you try to create something out, don't reinvent the wheel. You try to look at ano pa ba yung pwede kong gawin na hindi ko na kailangang ulitin yung ginagawa. Something new. So mas nag-foster silang innovation.
Right. And I think the correct idea there is not about talking about the wheel itself. No, it's like finding what areas you should focus more on. If the wheel's working fine, then perhaps focus on something else.
Yes.
But I agree with you. Sometimes you have to recheck the wheel. Like we know the concept of reinvent the wheel does not apply with the lunar or the Mars rover. Right? They had to reinvent the wheel for that, right? So it's very situational then. And so you have to check first then. Check paminsan-minsan kung kailangan i-re-innovate. Don't re-innovate just because you wanna innovate, no?
Dagdag ko lang, interesting, meron ako nadinig recently lang eh. I'm probably paraphrasing here, pero parang progress is made by the unreasonable people. Like, kung hindi challenge yung, can we actually reuse a shuttle? Napaka-unreasonable. Pero if you don't challenge that, you won't know whether it's actually possible or not. So every now and then, kailangan mo ng some form of unreasonableness to challenge the status quo and push forward. Again, I mean, if you push forward and then na-manage mo na may risk, then okay lang. If it fails, okay lang. There are plenty more opportunities to try.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think let's take this time to thank our sponsor again, PWA Pilipinas.
Yes, PWA Pilipinas is the community for makers and users of progressive web apps in the Philippines. And if you wanted to learn more about our community, check us out on our socials. Just search for PWA Pilipinas.
So, moving on, what role does feedback play naman in innovation? And how can it be structured well so that it inspires than discourage? Kasi collecting feedback is very important when you innovate, no? How can you measure, right? So, what's the plan when you innovate? You have to keep in mind yung feedback mechanism nga. What are the best ways to gather that feedback?
So for me, I like doing one-on-ones with my people. Kasi that's where you get like unfiltered, unadulterated, whatever they think talaga. Assuming you give them a safe space, which we should kapag one-on-one yan. Every now and then, they will, mag-recommend sila something. Alam mo, tingin ko maganda kapag gagawin natin ito. Ano naman, I don't think it will work. Pero, okay, wala nang mawala. Sige, try natin yan. And then the next one, kamusta yung gramo? Ganyan. Ito kasi nangyari, ganyan. Then you can provide feedback. Actually, medyo okay yan. Try mo lang i-tweak to or didn't work out. Bakit hindi siya didn't work? Why didn't it work out? Then maybe we should address something else, so on and so forth. So you need to provide that feedback to your people whenever they're innovating para ma-direct mo yung yung innovation naman nila.
Plus one on that, no, parang just be open or at least openly communicate na this isn't the final product. Na we are constantly changing, we're listening. At least no, try to give that message across. Kasi parang minsan when they see na parang, lalo na pag product you try to launch internally or something na parang nakakatakot magbigay ng feedback kasi parang, alam mo yun, parang they see na baka ma-disappoint or ma-sad yung gumagawa. Pero just siguro as an IT team na be open na we really accept na may flaws dyan. So at least I guess that's the first step, lalo na for sure sabihin nung lalo na ka-team mo or ng mga customers mo, maganda pero may flaw pala, ganun.
Right. So measurement nga, I think should be important when you start innovating. It should be actually maybe step 2 or maybe even step 1 for any kind of innovation. Nakalimutan ko yung term, parang may sinasabi lang parang SMART, parang measurable, attainable, may timeline. Nakalimutan ko yung SNR ba? Hindi ako masyadong smart in this case. But what I'm trying to say is have that feedback and metrics from the very beginning. No, now with Gen AI, right? A lot of people are using that now. One of the tools that's quite important to our measurement is the confusion matrix. If hindi nyo na panarinig yun, which is false positive, true positive, false negative, and what are the impact of that confusion metrics, right? So that you can balance the accuracy, precision, and recall itself, right? And you wanna try to see what number you wanna hit, no? From the very beginning, you wanna predict that as well, and so that's part of your innovation cycle in that sense.
All right. So next question is, how can, as leaders, do we identify like the different areas in teams or projects na pwede na nating i-innovate, like workflow, ganyan?
All right, that's a good question. Where to innovate?
Yes.
For me kasi, let's say on a team lead or manager level, maybe hindi ka pa ganun ka, say, mature sa leadership role mo. So, you don't have enough metrics to figure that out. Pero you could feel where things are going wrong. Ideally, you measure your lead time for change, you measure your value chain, yung buong process yun. Pero let's say wala kang ganun, pero ma-feel, matapagal ng build natin. Ba't natin naghihintay ng mga 10 minutes pa? Maybe you start addressing those pain points para ma-address yung mga issues nyo and mag-progress kayo forward. Pero after a while, let's say you're managing a bigger team na, hindi ka na involved sa day-to-day. So you need to be able to get a pulse of what's happening in a different way. Maybe it's through your one-on-ones, maybe it's through metrics. Pero pag let's say nakita mo, okay, medyo consistent na lahat ng teams ko is ganito. Sige, try natin i-address naman tong part na to or something. Or let's say there's an opportunity. Then you can post that as a challenge to the team. Uy, meron tayong ganitong opportunity. Ako mismo hindi ko alam kung paano natin ka-capitalize. Pero pag-isipan nyo, we have an opportunity here that needs to be captured. Nasa sa inyo yung sagot. Parang ganun.
Right. Alam mo, ito, madaming strategies about it, no? Pero may particular strategy akong gustong i-share. Di ko alam if nabasa ko ito or narinig, which is, hanapin mo yung tamad na tao. Tapos ibigay mo yung trabaho, or ipa-assess mo sa kanya yung trabaho na ayaw niyang gawin. No? Na kailangan gawin. That means, maghahanap yan, yung tamad na tao na yan, maghahanap yan ng way to innovate that para exciting yung trabaho and maging efficient yung trabaho, no? Very funny way of doing innovation. Hanap ka ng tamad, tapos assign mo doon sa kanya.
So kapag nagbigay kang trabaho ng innovation work sa isang tao, sabihin, tamad to. Ganun ba yan?
Hindi naman. Pero yeah, kasi
pero
meron
wink.
silang parang efficiency yung gusto nila.
Yeah, plus one, lalo na you can check naman if may mga nagpa-plateau na processes, 'di ba? Parang check nyo, pwede bang i-innovate pa? Pwede bang ma-improve? I think part naman yung continuous improvement.
Yun yung gusto ko sa sa Lean kasi, parang ruthless elimination of waste. Which is, if you start practicing it, kahit na sobrang ganda na ng team mo, ganyan, everybody's praising your team. Ikaw naman, tagal naman ng code review natin. It takes us 1 hour to review. Tapos yung mga, kami nga 5 araw nasa code review yung ticket Tapos ikaw ikaw 1 hour. Kasi nagbabago na yung what you see is normal versus what is sa blocker. Maybe for other teams, 1 hour is like the gold standard. Pero sa team nyo, we're in, I don't know, mabagal yun. Yun yung pain point nyo. So, maganda yung yung continuous improvement nga. Kasi, well, yun nga, lagi mo nitpick yung sarili mo.
So, how can, in your example, no, you mentioned that do 2 different teams, either same company or not same company, no? How can people become the champions of innovation so that they can move their team either from 5 hours to 1 hour o baka inverse, yung gusto maging 1 hour, gusto 5 hours, no? How can they be champions of innovation?
Kailangan lang talaga you need to put yourself out there. As long as wala ka namang sinasaktan and as long as like wala ka namang malicious intent, just put yourself out there. Sabi mo, alam mo, mas maganda kung gagawin natin sa tingin ko, ganito, ganyan. And maybe you get shut down, that's fine, okay lang, try again next time. Parang sa dati kong company, parang, junior pa akong ito. Well, mid-level. Naka-RUP process sila, Rational Unified Process, which is medyo waterfallish, iterative, whatever. Yan. So pag-join ko, ako, galing akong agile, well, 3 years experience pa lang ako, galing akong agile. Sabi ko, ba't di tayo nag-agile, ganyan. Tapos sila parang, we tried it, didn't work for us. At this point, lahat sila mas matanda sa akin, lahat sila more than a decade na lamang sa akin. So, okay, pinabayaan ko lang. Pero after a while, I tried, there's this project na mahirap. Sabi sa akin ng PM ko noon, pre, ito gawin mo dyan. Parang meron ko yung bug na kailangan ayusin. Sabi ko, sige, kaya ko gawin yung sinasabi mo, matapos to in a week or 2, pero hindi ma-solve yung problem. Ano ko? Sabi niya, anong gagawin natin? Sabi ko, bigyan mo ako ng ganitong tao. Search engine yun, tapos Japanese, hindi ako marunong maghapon. Sabi ko, bigyan mo akong 2 hapon. Magte-test lang ako. So ano yun, nag-test ako ng test. Like, every week meron akong 2 iterations. So para ako nag-mini agile, kaming 3 lang. Parang gagawa ko, pabasa ko sa mga hapon, kamusta ba yung search result? Better, pero pangit pa rin to. Next iteration, deploy ulit ako, ganun ulit. So yun, parang ginirila ko lang. Kasi it's not like may tinatamaan ako or anything. After a while, the company noticed what I was doing kasi finally, this 4-year-old bug, by the way, was finally fixed and people were raving about it. And then yun, na-adapt siya ng buong company kasi it was an innovation na wala lang. Sinubukan ko lang. I was shut down before, pero I got an opportunity again. Ginawa ko. Okay lang.
Yeah. Saka naman, continuously, just, always try new things. Kahit na i-shut down ka talaga usually ng mga people kasi, people are afraid of change. Pero, just show them your success. Diba? Parang, ito pala, possible to change. So, I guess it really starts with that. Kahit na gaano kaliit yung change na yun.
Right. And of course, it never hurts. Never hurts, not helpful. Never hurts to have a backer also. So if you have your CTO's confidence, then it never hurts as well.